A lot of people like to cut spines off the fish, make it a little safer, reduce the risk of impaling yourself with the spines or getting envenomated with, and especially when it's a fresh fish. Now, since we're going through so many of them, I'd just as soon forget about removing the spines and go ahead and start right behind the skull, the soft spot back here. There's a nice edge you can feel, and run that knife just behind the pec fin right down into the body, and makes a nice clean cut, making it all the way down to the spine. From there, you just kind of work down along the gut here, and along the backbone, or along the dorsal area, cutting through the ribs, working yourself all the way down, almost just before you get to the tail. Take the knife, flip it right over. Keeps the skin attached, keeps the meat there, and you can just run the knife, get it out to the edge of the table, and run the knife right along the bottom, holding on to that skin. The meat slips right off the skin. You got a nice clean flip the fish over. One more time, right along the skull, behind the pec, gets it all the way down to the backbone. Work along that dorsal edge, being careful not to lose any meat along the way. Sometimes you lose a little bit of that. Right before you do it, flip her over, nice and flat. Work along that skin, onto the skin. The knife just slides right down. You get a nice fillet. Away with the fish to the birds. And then, since we're doing it that way, working quick and cutting through the ribs, you still have the ribs here right at the beginning of the fillet. So you kind of work this, the gut cavity would be on the inside of the fish, kind of work the knife behind the ribs. You sacrifice a little bit of meat, but you get the ribs off of the meat. Away with that, you get a nice clean, boneless fillet. Most of the pin bones are gone. We'll let the chef deal with what's left.
Let's do it. Okay, this is how we're going to fillet a fish. This is Captain Jason of the High Count and the Intrepid. When we're filleting a fish, it's important to take the skin off and make sure you don't eat the head or the guts. That's where a lot of the toxins would be, if there are any toxins in the fish. You want a nice clean fillet for your table. And of course, there's so many great features of eating fish. The high omega-3 oils that are in fish are wonderful for you. All of our doctors want us to eat fish. Look at that beautiful meat. This fish is of the jack family. Now let's take the internal rib cage out. That's the gut cavity. And just run that knife along the skin and look at that beautiful fillet that comes out. Beautiful. That's one. That'll be a quarter of the fish. That's the other. Bon appetit. Just cook that. Beautiful. Thank you, Jason.
You're welcome.
First thing you do, come from your tail and just run along, let it go in a little bit and run along the edge of that bit there.
Yeah.
Then have a little cut up round there and then do that side.
Yeah.
And there you'll see, there you can see that there. And basically what you do is just give it a little bit more and kind of leave it like that.
Yeah.
Turn it over and the same again, but you're doing it from the reverse end because obviously you've got to start at the head.
Yeah.
And then you just do the same, and then you put your pressure on there, get it up in there a bit.
Along the bone.
Like the same thing again, yeah,
Yeah.
just along the, what this bit's called, I can't think what this bit's called. And then you kind of come down there again, same side.
Yeah. Oh, that's nice, yeah.
I mean, you ain't going to be able to do it straight away, you know what I mean?
No.
But I'll tell you what the best thing to do, what I could do, what you'll be able to do it with. Them whitings what I just showed you,
Yeah.
they're little round fish,
Yeah.
they're cheap as anything. Buy a few of them and practice on them.
Oh, that's a good idea.
You see what I mean?
Yeah,
And it don't matter if you muck up.
No, that's right.
You know what I mean? You ain't
Don't start
buying
with the
nothing
salmon.
expensive you see, but see, like now, that's where you'd have found it hard, Jesse, because you've lost the after fish.
Yeah.
And if you've got to start doing it, even I can't do it like that.
No.
But where I've got it after, you've got it mostly done now.
Yeah.
You find it, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's quite easy. And also, you ain't ever going to get. You're always going to get bones in this top end as well.
Yeah.
From about there onwards.
Right.
So all you basically do is run your hands over there and you can feel them.
Yeah.
The best thing, I mean, you can pull them out of your fingers, but normally get a pair of what they use for their eyes, eye pluckers.
Oh yeah.
And you just basically go along, feel it, pull them out.
Yeah.
Because from about there down there, there's no bones. It's just mainly that. It's mainly from about there to there.
Yeah.
You're always going to get them, but you're like what called deboning it kind of thing. You know what I mean? You could cut them out, but then you're losing a bit of fish. If you're going to be at home and all that, and you just like say, run your fingers along there, and you'll feel them. And every time you feel them, you just get a pair of them. What I just said, eyebrow pluckers, and Bob's your uncle.
That's brilliant. That's
Well,
wonderful.
Like I said, if I give
Flatfish produce 4 fillets, 2 bilateral fillets from the top and 2 smaller fillets from the bottom. With the dark side of the fish facing up, cut along the backbone from head to tail with the tip of a flexible boning knife. Turn the knife and using smooth strokes, cut between the flesh and the rib bones, keeping the blade against the bone. Cut the fillet completely free from the fish. Remove the second fillet following the same procedure. Turn the fish over and remove the fillets from the bottom half of the fish, following the same procedure. Scrape away any fatty pieces where the fillet was connected to the fins. The fillet is now ready for skinning. Place the fillet on a cutting board with the skin side down. Starting at the tail, cut between the flesh and the skin. Angle the knife down towards the skin and grip the skin tightly with one hand. And pull slightly toward you while gently pulling the knife from you, cutting the flesh away from the skin. Hit.